Good morning, my beautiful ladies. It is Monday morning, time for yet another segment of Monday Morning Movement. Wanted to come to you, drop into you just to say hi, give you something to think about this week that can help move your marriage forward in the upward direction, in the growing direction, in the flourishing direction. Something that in the earlier time of my marriage that I did not do very well at all. I failed miserably. And something that my mentor had given me some guidance on and that I want to give you some guidance on because it may or may not be something that you have thought about. And that is making a safe space for your husband to be able to share with you how he feels. So let me tell you the things that we do that disrupt that safe space. If he's speaking to you about something that you may not be very interested in, and your body language shows him that you're not interested. What I mean by that, he's talking to you, you looking off, or you looking down, or you got this like on your face. Because granted, my husband is a sports fanatic and he loves all types of sports. He's like an international sports fanatic. So he wants to talk about every type of sport that's actually going on. And all the time, I'm not very interested. But guess what? I have learned to become interested because he's interested. Your body language helps to determine, are you in tune to what he's talking about, or are you not in tune? So be aware of the body language that you're giving off. Another way that we don't cultivate that safe space for him to be able to talk about his feelings or his emotions is to always be on the defense. He says something and you, well, what do you mean? Your response, your reaction. In the business world and the professional world, we call that having emotional intelligence. And if you're a businesswoman, you're a career woman, you know exactly what I'm speaking of. And we don't do that to our team members. We don't do that to the people that we lead. We don't do that to the people that we work around every day. So why not? Why not provide that same level of respect to the man that you've been commanded to respect? I realize I had to come to the realization. Family is different than team members, co-workers, what have you. However, the same tools, the same tactics, the same skills that we utilize in the business world can be utilized at home. That's the one thing I love about it. I do it for a living. I teach it for a living. And that's how I came about, hey, these same skills that I utilize, I can use at home to make my marriage, to make my family grow. So, me being aware of how I feel about something and knowing that I won't react in an abrupt way, even if it makes me feel some type of way inside, not giving off that defensive reaction helps to cultivate a safe space for your husband to be able to feel free, to be able to express how he feels about certain things. Because let me just tell you, in not feeling safe to be able to express his feelings, it's a detriment to you and to him. Reason being, when you want to know how he feels about something, he deters away from telling you how he feels because in his mind, he's thinking, okay, she gonna get upset or, she's gonna jump on the defense. I can't tell her really and truly how I feel about something because she's automatically gonna be on the defense. And I just rather not deal with that. To give you an illustration on when we don't provide that safe space for them to be able to express how they feel about something. Let's say we in the kitchen and you're making a stewed chicken or a caramelized chicken, and you're trying to make this nice perfect brown gravy. Well, with gravy, if you like me, I like a darker gravy. But when you like a darker gravy, there's a fine line between nice dark gravy and burnt scotch gravy. Fine line, real thin line. And if you cook it 1 second too hot, 1 second too long, guess what? You've got burnt scotch gravy. And now here it is, your meat or whatever you stewing, it's gonna be nasty because your gravy don't taste good. So if you scotch it, we always attempt to, okay, well, what can I add to it? What can I put in it to get rid of this scotch taste? So now you're having to work backwards. Sometimes you may add some tomatoes to it, add a little sugar to it, because you're trying to get rid of this scotch taste that you've now burned the gravy. Pot of rice, you scotch the bottom of the rice. You used to be able to take and put some slices of light bread on top, put the lid back on it, and that bread would absorb that scotch flavor. My grandma taught me that. But I don't know that if that still works, because light bread these days don't mold. It don't even go bad anymore. So I don't know if they're made with the same ingredients to be able to pull that flavor out of there. But I give you that example because that's how it is when we don't make that safe space. When we burn the gravy, it's hard to cover up that taste. It's hard for your husband to come back and now feel safe to be able to share how he feels. It's not impossible. It's not impossible, but it's going to take more work. So if you're in a place where you feel my husband is not freely sharing how he feels about something, my husband is not freely sharing with me, his true thoughts on things, consider that you may not have made the place safe for him to be able to do that. Learning to elevate and align your communication will help you be able to create that safe space so that your husband can share how he feels about something. Now, let me remind you on this channel, because you probably like, well, you always just talking about what we can do. Well, that's all we talking about on this channel, because we are wives that are taking a stand to help to grow and flourish our marriage. We are taking accountability for those things that we can change to help transform and how we do marriage. We're not talking about what our husbands are or are not doing, because that's their growth process. On this channel, I'm here to help you get into your growth process. How do you become a better wife? Because I can't help your husband become a better husband. I'm not a husband. But I can share with you the things that have helped me become a better wife. And I'm here to tell you that they're game changers. They are game changers in how you do marriage. They change things in your marriage. They move things forward in your marriage. Think about how you can create a safe space for your husband to be able to share his feelings and how he feels. I'm Candy Grant. I love your family and I love mine. And what I want more than anything is for our families to grow, our families to flourish, our families to just thrive. And how we do that is by creating a stern foundation in our marriages so that our children understand what it looks like to do marriage. So then they learn it and they teach it to their children. And then their children learn it. And then they teach it to their children. Let's go on this journey together and being able to help each other. Ladies, we need each other. There are things that you know that I don't know. That's why we're here to share with each other so that we can help each other. Family is so important. It's important for our current generation. It's important for the generations to come. And if we don't take a stand to show our women how to be good wives, take the stand to show our women how to be great mothers and how to help move your families forward, then they don't have anything to look forward to. Because guess what? Our grandmothers and our mothers, they did the best that they knew how to do. And they showed us things and they passed on things to us that it's now our job to pass on to the next generation. I love you, ladies. It's Monday Morning Movement. I'll see you on check in time on Saturday. Have a great week.